Recorded at 2023's Equip and HNA show in Louisville, Kentucky. Here's your host, TV personality and hardscapes contractor, Matt Blashaw.
All right, awesome. All right, so we're getting going. So tell me your name.
Billy Coogan.
All right, and where are you from? And name your business and your position.
Orange Beach, Alabama, Coogan Lawn Landscape, and I am the owner, everyday problem solver,
Fire
guy. Putter out, fun activity, ways to spend money, to have fun with the guys, creator.
Boy, you have a lot of roles.
Yeah.
How old are you?
37.
37. Okay, yeah. Awesome. How long you been doing it?
I think around 8 years, I believe.
Okay. How'd you start? Give me your start.
Worked at a hotel in Orange Beach and ran a tiki bar and had my dream job doing that, which was fun. It's kind of like Cocktail when Tom Cruise retires and goes to the island bar. It was kind of like that. In the wintertime, I had a lot of time on my hands, and I said, I want to start a business, what I want to do, and then just stumbled upon guys like Keith Kelfus that's here on YouTube and said, that sounds fun. Let's try that out, and bought a lawnmower, and then would work at the hotel a couple days a week during the summer, and I was the boss, so I could make my own schedule and hire somebody to cover the days that didn't want to work, and then I would cut grass, start just cutting yards on the side on my days off from the hotel. Basically working 7 days a week like everybody does when
That's
you first
how you
start.
do it. That's
you
right.
figure it out, and then you go, quote, full-time.
Yep. If it's easy, everyone would do it.
I tell people the hardest part is just doing it. Figuring it out is not hard. Yeah, people like SiteOne I call and text constant that you become buddies with, and if they know you're loyal, they'll do anything in the world for you. Kind of like my perk with, stuff I get now with them.
Yeah, we were just talking about that because it's so important. Because listen, you company they may mess up, right? There's going to be some issues, but it's how they recover from them. How do they take care of you as a client?
And how to CYA ahead of time to not get in over your head. Like, cool, if I wanted, like when the first time we did turf, I called our account manager, Morgan, at the time, which has been with SiteOne since they were John Deere and Lesco and 50 other things. I think he's worked 27 years, I think. But I texted him and said, hey, who at the branch knows how to do turf? Because at our branch, they move a ton of volume, and a lot of them work there for years. So somebody there is a pro at it. And I said, cool, tell Brooks to call me. Brooks said, you need this and this and this. Measure out the square footage. I'll create you a shopping cart and send it to you. Yeah. And that's what you need.
Yeah.
This is probably what people are charging around here. Boom, done. First time we did pavers, same thing. Here's what you need. Here's the process. Call me. FaceTime me, boom, done, and you do it a few times, and you're like, this is easy. And
that's invaluable because that's a time saver.
Yeah. People pay to go to school. Like, my wife teaches permanent makeup, and girls pay a ton of money to go learn for 4 days. And, she's there after the fact, they call her and all, the ongoing education with her, but it's like people pay for education. When you get tight with a vendor like that you become friends with, like one of my guys used to work at SiteOne, and I was like, all right, I'm an office manager. You're coming with us because I know I know how helpful they are and know the culture. At least everybody I've interacted with SiteOne, it's not, it's just a bunch of regular people that sell stuff that like this industry and want to be helpful. Want to see people grow. Like Morgan, I went to his Friendsgiving in his house 3 years in a row. But like all his family people, because I'm buddies with them, which started as just a customer base, and now I talk to him 3 days a week, and he's not even he works for our region now as a agronomics teacher throughout the branches and travel, so he doesn't even work at the branch anymore every day, and I still talk to him 3 days a week at least.
That's great. They become family.
Right, exactly. Really, and it really helps. Obviously it helps you guys lock in contractors that feel like they're loyal for forever, and it helps us grow. Like anything you want to do, the sky's the limit, because guess what, just like with Rainbird, hey, asked Mike, what does Rainbird do for us? SiteOne does all this educational stuff, send us places if we, Belgard does classes, and I said, what does Rainbird do? And then, boom, Rainbird's flying me to Arizona for 4 days.
That's great. Hopefully private jet?
No. It was good. That's Rainbird, that is somebody that they do it right. They wine and dine you, and not just extravagant stuff, but they make sure you have fun. They teach you. You go have fun afterwards. You get a lot of time to talk to the reps and talk to other contractors and talk to the people that develop. Like we use above ground drip irrigation where we're at in Orange Beach, because we have sandy soil, so it just goes. And in beds, in like big rock beds, you want to focus to make sure the plants are getting the water. When we flew to Rainbird, I was the only person in my like 40 contractor group that used that product. And, there was other people there that do, but I was one of the only ones from the Gulf Coast and then uses that, and we use a ton of it. And the product developer I was talking to was like, you use this? Nobody else here has used this. So, like, please come here for a minute.
Great.
And I'm like, you made this.
Yeah.
And you're asking me to give you opinions
Yeah.
to help it make better. Just like Brent would do, setting up y'all's app. He's like, man, thanks so much. I'm like, I use this every day.
Yeah.
I want it to be better. If there's a bug or something's frozen, I'll screenshot it, text them at 8 o'clock at night when I'm putting orders in. Cool, I'll look at it in the morning. I'll pull out my laptop.
Yeah.
And it's like, it makes it easier for us to learn and develop and grow. And you guys in Rainbird are ecstatic to offer that. And it's like, it's helping us. Like we buy stuff and then you teach us for free.
Yeah.
You can't
Industry's already tough, man.
Yeah.
Like you said, it day-to-day, it's like it's a million things. It's just nonstop. But to have someone on your side like that.
Right. That has all the answers in the world. Because if he don't know, he could call the people that make it.
Exactly.
And get an answer.
And that rep
2 hours.
Yep. We'll call you right back.
Can't beat it. Exactly.
I love. So you do hardscape. We
do a little bit of hardscape.
Okay.
We do turf. We do probably 25% of our revenue is maintenance. And we do a lot of high-end stuff, a lot of condos, a lot of, $3, $4, $5, $10 million houses. We plant a lot of palm trees, do a lot of irrigation. We kind of do everything.
That's awesome.
Hardscape we're getting more into a little bit more.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of develops, right?
Right. You got to get your feet wet, and then
the
fools jump in thinking, I could do. It's like,
no.
Figure out what you can afford to mess up on. Just like people gamble. It's like only gamble what you can afford to lose right now.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's a slow process, right? And mine kind of came up from, okay, so can you do this? And that's money on that table.
Yeah.
Right? And for me, I didn't necessarily do softscape. I don't do it by itself.
Uh-huh.
But as a hardscape, I'll do hardscape and all the pergolas, structures, everything, pools, but I'll throw the softscape in. Right. So I made sure to educate myself. Right.
And that's a less kind of risk thing. Mm-hmm. It's like you can't really mess up plants.
Yeah.
And plants are cheap.
They are.
Homeowners, I'm like, they're like, I don't know, the budget. I'm like, you just had $100,000 pool put in.
Yeah.
I'm going to go buy $3,000 worth of plants. We're good. Get what you
don't
want.
worry
Like,
about
you've
it.
already, think about it. Like, this is a tire shine on the car. Like, you've already bought the car.
Yeah.
You got it. Might as well wash it.
Let's just pay. Yeah, exactly. That's not, I mean, it's a drop in the bucket compared to the whole thing.
Yeah. So it's.
Yeah. I learned about Mike, throwing the microbial in it. And there's a lot of things that you need to do, especially in Kansas City, We
use a ton, and I was skeptical at first because we do a lot of sod, and we're in super sandy. Like, we're on the beach. Like, sand.
Loam.
No nutrients.
Yeah.
So we all have a product that Lesco makes called Carbon G.
Okay.
We have such good results with that the sod farm we use is in town. They ship sod all over the country. That we're in the honey hole for growing sod down there. Huge sod farms that ship all over the country. And our sod farm's been in business, I want to say like 80 years. Huge family operation. But I showed the general manager of the whole company. I texted him. I said, hey, check this out. We laid sod down on a job. Say we did like 20 pallets and we had some left over, and we're going to come back and add trees later the next week, and we knew we were going to drive over it, so we're just going to pick it up and move it. Like, we wanted the sod to just sit there, not even root in, just sit there and get wet so it doesn't die. It's because if it sits on the pallet, it's going to be gone in 3 days. It's going to die.
Sure.
So we just threw this on the ground. We had the Carbon G out there, and I'm like, all right, it's getting coverage with irrigation. We didn't roll it out and set it perfect. We just wanted to babysit it for a couple days. We came back in 9 days, I think.
Rooted.
No, the roots were like 10 inches deep into the sand.
Is it a spray? Topical?
It is a granular. Whatever bio.
So like a starter?
I think so. Yeah. I don't.
What is it called?
Carbon G.
Oh man, could that be used at? I mean, because I'm in Kansas City.
We use it for plants. We use it for plants for everything.
It's like a root stem. Almost like.
I don't know. I think it's a root stem / full on. Ask Morgan James.
See, and you spend money with them, but you make money.
Correct. It's one product. I don't have to tell the guys, grab this and this and this. I guarantee you every one of my trucks, even the maintenance trucks, has a SiteOne bucket full of carbon G on it, no matter if it's an irrigation repair truck. If they're at one of our accounts and plants look like they need a little spot or their grass is a little in a couple areas, throw a handful of carbon G. It won't ruin anything. It doesn't burn, and it's only got the good stuff in it. And it's
carbon
cheap.
G.
Morgan, I think, called it sod insurance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's great.
We use it constant.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so let's jump into your business.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about the biggest challenge that you face with your business right now. Whether it be, employees, whether it be material shortage, weather.
I'm going to sound kind of spoiled, but we're in a really good market, and I believe luck. You get luck because you kind of earn luck a little bit.
Absolutely.
Luck happens, but
yeah.
if you buy a lot of lottery tickets, you're going to win the lottery eventually.
Exactly.
Yeah. But employees, I've always believed from day one, even when I worked at the hotel and get my buddies to come, I pay my guys and try to take care of them better than anybody else. I don't ever believe anybody, even my bottom level guys, are going to ever leave because of money or the chance for growth, or like they're going to have to give me another excuse because it's not going to be money.
You're not going to get paid more.
We go do fun stuff all the time. We have a pond at our shop, and we have jet skis on it. We ride jet skis all the time. I'm like, hey, let's go back an hour early. No one's leaving. Mm-hmm. You can leave 30 minutes early, but you're getting in the pond for 30 minutes.
That's awesome.
You're not going home, but you can stay and hang out for just a while. Then you can still go home early.
Yeah.
But you got to kind of earn it and hang out and have fun. And I usually hover around 8 to 10 guys, and I tell them we don't have any bench players. Everybody's got to be a starter.
Full time.
Yep. Well, just not even, full time, but I want you to know, I tell them, know your job. Know how to do your job. Not just do it. I don't need guys that are going to show up and do it. No one here is making $12 an hour. Mm-hmm. I want you guys all to be semi-capable or want to be capable, or if you dig trenches all day, every day and plant plants, I want you to know how to do that the best you can and the most efficient way. Mm-hmm. Like I tell them, this job is too hard. We are in one of the hottest areas of the country, super humid.
Oh, yeah.
On days I'm off, we don't even want to go take our boat out. It's so hot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
it's not even refreshing in the water.
No, I don't even play golf. Yeah, it really is. I don't even play golf during the summer. I played one time this summer with my buddy of mine. We had a tee time at 7.
Oh, man.
But
trust
it's like,
me, I'm getting used to the humidity.
I'm not going. Yeah. It's good.
It's brutal.
Like, we'll go to Utah for Christmas, and my fingers are cracking because there's no moisture in there. But, yeah, we don't have, I don't know. I guess my biggest thing is trying to figure out who can wear the hats that I don't have time to wear or that I need to delegate to do. So I think I can be a little more organized in delegating that and pass it. Like I try to, but I got to give them the tools to where they can learn how to do that and take that next step.
Boy, trust is huge.
And it's not a trust thing.
Yeah.
I trust. The bank, when we go to, like, I hate them being like, hey, I need this. Give me a card. I need money for this. I'm like, I'll go get them debit cards. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
Buy stuff? Like, I could track it every day.
Yeah.
And here's your stuff. You need stuff, buy it. Like,
awesome.
I tell them I don't ever want to hear excuse about not needing a tool, because I'll buy tools. We looked at boots a minute ago, and I'm like, cool, you want these? Buy them. Here you go.
Yeah.
Here.
I buy my crew. Simple things like
I want
boots.
you the tools. Like, tell me what you need. I don't want to hear, this took forever, because I'm like, that was a $40 fix we could have made. Like, I believe you get it back in. We're doing one of the hardscape demos here, one of the little classrooms, and the speaker said, if you buy, the better tools you have, no one wants to use wheelbarrow stuff all day. If we have our Vermeer, we'll wear it out. The Vermeer don't get tired.
What do you got, CTA? We got a 100?
We have a 925.
Okay.
And we're looking at, I think I'm going to get a 160.
I got 100.
Springtime.
They're nice.
Yeah.
Good machines.
We have 1,800 hours on. Another thing with them, same thing. We are very brand loyal, and I think a lot of guys try to get different brands of everything. Like, I've only ever bought stuff from SiteOne, but I like Vermeer, only machine we've ever bought, and the only machine I'll ever buy, because I met the service manager, Craig, and I told him, I said, if you leave, I'm buying wherever you're going.
That's awesome.
Because I can call him or text his cell phone and say, hey, what's this? can you get me this? I need this part. Instant.
Yeah, that's
like
awesome.
It is, and you. It doesn't cost anything to be loyal both ways.
No.
And he knows that I'm a Vermeer brand. Like, that's what I'm buying.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a good, and I love it. That machine is fantastic.
Stud.
And they're always, with service.
Ours gets stronger. I swear our machine. We have like 1,800 hours. I swear it is stronger than it was when it was new. I don't know how, but
just don't have your guys turn on concrete. Learn the hard.
We call it turfing it.
Yeah, learn that the hard way.
Yeah.
Those are $1,000 tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Which leads me to this question. A lot of guys don't want, especially contractors, don't want to answer this. What's your biggest failure? Whether it's a project or just in your business, what was one of the biggest failures you've had?
Probably, and it hasn't really bit me in the ass, but you learn that it does cost you a little money, is keeping up with your books. Like with maintenance, you try to do 1 million yards a week, and you get behind on sending people bills, and then they get big, and you bill them for a whole year of maintenance. Even we're just cutting regular yards, Some people at the end of the year are like, oh, I got that bill for $1,500. I wish you would have sent me a bill. It's like, for one, we're coming to your house.
Yeah.
The guys are there.
Exactly. Yeah. We're this isn't for free.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, you knew you were going to get a bill, though.
Yeah.
So it's like,
they're like, well, what is this?
So your grass getting cut is one of the things that can never, it's like putting gas in your car.
Yeah.
Or buying groceries. Like,
yeah.
It never stops.
Now, do you use a program like Jobber?
We use Yardbook.
Yardbook.
Yardbook is pretty good for what we do. I'd be open to learning other stuff. Yardbook's good. It was free. A lot of the YouTube guys liked it. Now what we do is, so the maintenance guys have an iPad in the truck, and it's all Wi-Fi. So they
awesome.
have Google Sheets, and we have a spreadsheet. And a lot of our accounts are full service, so they'll clock, and we bill by the hour. A lot of the residential, because they're there. I mean, they might be there for 2 hours 1 week. They won't even mow. They'll prune and A to Z, beds and everything. So they'll check boxes on the Google Sheets. Like, we have boxes set up with if they did irrigation repair, whether if they mowed. Yeah, just checklist. Tell me what you did. Paint a picture so when we send bills, or at least we know why you were there for an hour and a half. Right, easy. Yeah. And, hey, if they need straw next time, or if we need to trim the palm trees in the next weeks, they can take a mental note because they're writing it down.
That's awesome.
To manage their properties, and then we can record it. And then if anybody ever asks, hey, they were there for 2 hours, what'd they do? Oh, I forgot they trimmed a dump trailer with the palm trees. This is what they did.
Boom, 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 boom,
exactly.
Boom. Right, all listed for you.
So easy. And I try to make it as easy as possible. Y'all like using that? You like using the iPad and clicking the boxes on the iPad with the Google Sheets?
Yeah.
That's easy for y'all, right? You like how that works?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? And I tell them, I'm like, y'all tell me what you want.
Yeah.
I don't like. Yeah, there you go. Go find them.
Oh,
go
yeah.
There. You got a car.
Hey, where's Red Wing at? Where's Red Wing at?
Hey, remember, Bo went over to Cujo and found something. Remember what I was said about trust, though? If you want boots, go ask your brother, and you guys go. If you want them, go get them.
See, there you go, right there.
I don't want to hear the crying. If you want boots, take them over there.
So what do you see with technology? So you're into tech, guys. You better go. Yeah.
But I'm like, you got a debit card in your pocket.
Yeah.
Go buy it.
Just do it.
Like,
that's good. That's trust with your employees, which is so important.
If I can't trust them, they don't need to be here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean,
awesome. So they're heavy in tech, right? So they do the not heavy in tech, but you're tech savvy.
Way easy. I mean, it's easy. I mean, I'm not all the way, but that's a simple tool. Like, guys do the notepad still. I'm like, what are you doing? You waste time, and you're going to lose it. That iPad, I can pull up and see, even on my phone, what their Google Sheets are. Like, when they leave a house, I can see exactly what they did right then and there.
That's awesome.
Office can see it. It's so, there's no
lost in translation,
quick,
no text,
you can't lose it. Oh, I forgot. And we use Life 360 to track, like, how long there are properties, or if a guy comes in late and has to meet the guys. Just drive to where, like, we're using it here.
Tip.
They're like, hey, where are you at? We're at the Cujo thing. I'm like, look at Life 360. You can see in this building where to walk. Come to me. It's so convenient.
All right, so you use that with tech.
Yeah.
So what do you think about these robotic lawnmowers? The industry, the evolving. Do you like it? Do you see it?
I think it's cool. So our Husqvarna, once again, brand loyal. Our Husqvarna dealer, the only brand we've bought mowers since I bought my own for my house years ago. They sent me to auto mower when it first came out in the States. Sent me to auto mower training. I'm like, all right, this is pretty cool to be an installer because the dealer didn't want to install it.
Yeah,
Their
right.
mom and pop, they want to stay at the dealership. They don't want to go full with that. And if they get one and sell one, somebody wants us to install it, they'd be like, here's our partner to
You're
go
the
install them.
vendor.
Right, exactly.
Awesome.
And I was the only one in the area. You know how many of those we installed?
How many?
0.
Really? No.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, we're in it's a little bit of a little country town kind of, but it's at the beach, and people are like, and I think now it's easier to install them, so people do it themselves. Because you're gonna buy this auto mower, and they're not gonna want to charge us the hourly rate. Say it takes $600 worth of labor to come trench the wire in and put it in and set it up. Some people are like, I'll just figure it out. But they have, and we haven't looked into it just because our property is. There's not. We mow, but there's a lot more flower bed stuff and pruning, and we can't just leave a mower. And
so you don't see that being a part of your business.
Not us. No.
Okay.
There's guys that treat it like renting goats out on properties where they just drop it off.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it's in our neighborhood. Yeah. I was like, what the heck is going on?
But they have now. I think they have them where they're
GPS.
Right.
It's all GPS. Yeah.
That's pretty cool doing it that way, and it's easier. And I think the ease of people being able to manage it is pretty cool, but we don't, we use a lot of battery stuff. We use, I definitely know our dealers told us we have more battery stuff than anybody in our county when
Really?
it first came out.
So you're an advocate. You like it.
When the power, so at our dealer at Husqvarna, Dutchman's, Husqvarna, and Foley, their 3 biggest customers are the power company, the Navy base that has like 1 trillion acres. So they have probably 10 full-time guys that mow the airfields and all that.
Love that contract.
Yeah, and it's right next to their shop.
Oh, man.
Literally,
amazing.
You could ride a mower from the base to the dealer if you wanted to.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
And then us. And it's not, we probably spend, if we buy a couple mowers that year, we might spend 50, 60, 70 grand. But we buy everything we have, and we have a ton of stuff, and it's all from them. And they told us, hey, check out this battery stuff. The Navy just came in, power company came in here and bought they ordered 50 saws for their trucks.
Wow.
And 50 of the big batteries and chargers, and then they have the backpack batteries you put on. You seen those?
Yep.
And that was 5 years ago when it came out. And I said, you like it? Because they sell lawnmowers. They tell me what I want to buy.
Yeah.
I'm buying it.
Yeah, sure.
You tell me, these are my needs. You solve the problem.
Yeah.
When you go get fitted for golf clubs, you don't tell the guy, just put me on the simulator. Tell me what it's
this
doing.
Is the club I want.
Tell me the clubs.
You tell me I'm going to hit it straight.
Yeah, exactly.
What club are you going to give me to hit it straight?
Exactly.
That's all I need.
You tell me the tool I need.
Yeah.
So they said try this out, and we've tried it, and now so we have a couple. I think we have 2 gas hedge trimmers. They probably haven't been cranked in 4 years.
Interesting. Awesome.
The pole saws are we have a bunch of the telescope, and they're lighter. 14 foot 4-inch pole saw, and I think without a battery, and it weighs 10 pounds.
Yeah, less wear and tear on the guys.
And less 2-stroke, less loud. We have battery hedge trimmers, pole saws, top handle saws, to prune trees with.
Blowers.
The battery blowers we use, the handhelds, we use those in all the trucks. We have one of those no matter what. The mowing truck and the Zuzu, they'll have the big 580 gas blowers in the back, 2 of them. And then in the front seat, it sits behind the seat, a little handheld battery blower for, hey, we forgot that.
Little detail work.
Jump out, hit that real quick
Boom.
as they're pulling out.
Awesome.
Because it's easy to grab, press the button, pull the trigger, boom.
That's awesome.
There's no getting it out, cranking it. It needs gas. They have an inverter on the truck, and it's not the batteries are expensive to kind of buy, but it's really not a big expense if you look at it. It's so much easier. A guy can't put the wrong gas in a battery weed eater.
No,
that's
something I didn't think about.
It doesn't get cold and get mad that it doesn't want to run right.
Oh, that's a way to ruin the machine, I tell you.
2-stroke's great,
Yeah.
but the battery stuff, and I don't want to hear, it's not strong enough. Teslas smoke Corvettes.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I worked at Toyota years ago, and the Prius came out. People are like, it is so convenient, and the torque is immediate. There's no revving up. It immediate go.
Yep.
Pull the trigger, full speed.
Yeah, they just got to be open to it.
Really, and
it's got to be open to it.
People, the batteries are a lot, blah, blah. It's an investment. Buy it.
Yeah.
So was that $70,000 Isuzu you bought.
Yeah. Well, and it's easier to start, to get a fleet of them, right? You get the batteries, you get it all the same.
Like buying DeWalt drills. You don't have DeWalt, Makita.
Right.
You have one of the
everything. Exactly.
I
My
have
vacuum,
all DeWalt. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. And it's nice. The battery stuff's good.
Okay, last question for you.
Yeah.
All right. What advice would you give to a young kid out there that is wanting to get into your industry, wanting to own a landscaping business?
So I think this goes for anything. And I talked to a buddy of mine earlier when I was out in the lobby on the phone that he's starting his own medical consulting business it was in the field for years. And he was kind of like, well, I got to do this, and I'm looking to hire somebody maybe in a couple months. And I told him, hire somebody before you think you need them, because I promise you'll need them. You got a lot more stuff going on that you're not tending to, that you probably need to tend to. And I told him, I said, and that's how it relates to your question, is don't be afraid to ask people for advice. YouTube stuff. When I started, YouTube stuff, just watch it. If you like doing this industry anyways, it's going to be like, if you like working on cars, you like watching car shows.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you probably shouldn't get into this industry because the work is hard.
Well, but you got to get the knowledge.
Yeah.
Right. And there's tons of classes that are offered.
Yeah, and it's fun learning, and YouTube's free. My guys, I make them watch YouTube in the morning in the trucks, unless they're a driver. Once we leave the shop and get moving, if we got a 15, 20-minute car ride, guess what you're doing?
Yeah.
You're not looking out the window.
Awesome.
I got a whole YouTube playlist of a bunch of these guys that are here.
Yeah.
Watch these videos on how they show you to do stuff.
You're on the clock, buddy.
And I tell my guys, there's no limit on what they can make. And I try to pay my guys very well. And if you know more how to do more stuff, you're going to be batting higher in the batting order, and you're picking what position you're going to want to play, and you're making the big money.
That's awesome.
You can earn as much as you want, but you got to put in the work to learn it.
Yeah.
And the YouTube stuff is great because they're on their phone anyways. Put your headphones in, watch. I have 70 videos on there for anything you could almost want to do.
Yeah.
And they're not perfect, but some of them are really, like Keith Kelfis has a lot of really educational, really good stuff. There's a little entertainment stuff kind of in there, but I learned from it. And if I could learn from it, you can.
Yeah, and I think as a contractor, we know it's our way.
No.
Not the way. But for me, I've traveled across the country. I've talked to contractors, and I've taken a little bit from everyone, and I've kind of made my fabric. I've woven my fabric.
I mean, doctors do that. Surgeons talk to each other about how you this technique, that technique. Erin teaches classes and doing permanent makeup. She just went to Tampa to go learn a technique from somebody else, and she's already a master. And I think I tell people the difference in us is we constantly try to keep learning. You're only cheating yourself, and if you enjoy what you're doing, it's not bad anyways.
Awesome.
If you like the industry, but the young guys. Don't be afraid to just do it. Start cutting grass. Come to a couple of these. Then start figuring out what you want to do. And don't just, unless you want to cut grass forever, that's one thing. We still do it, but you make more money, do it. If you're going to be in this a long time, figure out a niche that
evolve.
Like irrigation repair. How many guys cut grass that are here? Mm-hmm. How many know how to go in and diagnose and fix sprinklers?
Not many.
You pay a lot more to get those sprinklers fixed. Anybody can cut yards.
Yeah.
5 or 10% know how to do irrigation.
That's
or
awesome.
lighting or, pavers. Do something that is a little bit and I think landscaping kind of gets overlooked as a, quote, trade, which is kind of annoying because there's some guys here that can, like Stan Genetic. I don't know if you know who he is. Big YouTube guy, and he's here. That dude has been in construction forever and has so much knowledge, and he's probably 60. Constantly, you could tell his personality constantly tries to learn.
Awesome.
And see tools. But, if you want to get into a trade, don't think landscaping is not a trade because there's a lot of money to be made, and there's always somebody to be willing to pay for it, and grass always got to get mowed.
Grass is always going to grow.
Maintenance isn't like people can never, unless
Job
the world
security.
ends. You have recession, people might not build that $100,000 pool, but they still do their grass cut.
They got to keep their grass cut.
But don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid to look for help. Come to stuff like this. YouTube is free. Get on YouTube, watch videos. And ask your local people. A new guy could probably walk into SiteOne if they're, obviously if they got 40 people at the counter, they're going to be busy, but go in there and just meet them and say, hey, I want to look into doing this. Mm-hmm. They will help you.
Oh, yeah. They'll take you out to the yard. They'll figure it out.
Right,
They'll call the rep.
Or say, hey, go look.
Yeah.
Look around.
Awesome.
I constantly do that. I go up there and feel like a kid on Christmas looking at the branch. If it rains, and I drive, it's about a 45-minute drive, I'll go up there. It rains. I'm like, I just want to look at new stuff they got in the back. Let me see what you got here to see new tools and
that's where I get. That's where I get into trouble. That's where my credit.
My
credit card gets wiped out.
Yeah.
Hey man, I know you got to go buy some boots.
They're over there doing it. I got to go find them.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my Life 360. This is exactly where they're at and find them.
Yeah. Hey, man, great talking to you.
Yeah.
Best of luck. Thank you so much.
Yep,
Appreciate
thank
you
you.
talking.
Thanks for tuning in to Confessions of the Craft. Ensure you never miss an episode by subscribing to the podcast so you can be the first to hear new episodes and discover previous ones. Follow SiteOne on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn for the latest trends and industry updates.